Welcome to Farming Aid.
When we talk about cattle breeds that shaped the early agricultural history of America, few hold as much significance as the American Milking Devon. The American Milking Devon is not just another cattle breed, it is a living treasure that carries the story of America's earliest farming days. Known as a rare triple-purpose heritage breed, the Milking Devon provided the first settlers with everything they needed to survive: rich milk for butter and cheese, strong oxen for plowing and hauling, and flavorful beef for the table. For centuries, this breed was the backbone of small farms across New England and beyond, thriving on rough pastures where other cattle might struggle. But as modern agriculture turned to specialized breeds and machinery replaced oxen, the Milking Devon slowly faded from the spotlight, leaving only a few dedicated farmers and conservationists to preserve its legacy. Today, this critically rare breed is making a quiet comeback, admired not only for its historical significance but also for its resilience, sustainability, and unmatched versatility. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating history, unique qualities, and modern relevance of the American Milking Devon Cattle, a breed that proves heritage and hardiness never go out of style. The roots of the American Milking Devon can be traced back to England, particularly the southwestern county of Devon, where farmers selectively bred cattle that were hardy enough to endure rough terrain, while also being capable of producing good milk and strong calves. These Devons were shipped to the New World in the early 1600s, arriving in Massachusetts with some of the very first settlers. For these colonists, the Devon cattle were more than just farm animals. They were lifelines. They provided fresh milk for families, oxen power for plowing new land, and meat that could sustain communities through harsh winters. As America expanded, so did the Devons, and they quickly became known as some of the most dependable cattle in the country. Their ability to thrive on rugged pastures and survive with minimal resources made them the backbone of small farms from New England down through the mid-Atlantic states. What made the American Milking Devon so valuable was its triple-purpose nature. At a time when specialized breeds were not yet common, settlers needed animals that could cover every need on the farm. The cows were steady milkers, producing rich, creamy milk with high butterfat content, ideal for making cheese and butter. The bulls and steers, on the other hand, were sturdy enough to be trained as oxen, pulling carts, hauling timber, and even plowing fields. And when their working years were over, their beef was of good quality, tender, and flavorful. In this way, a single breed of cattle could sustain an entire household with dairy, draft power, and meat, making them indispensable in the colonial period. Over the centuries, however, the agricultural world began to change. As the 1800s gave way to the 1900s, new specialized breeds began to emerge. Farmers started to favor cattle that excelled in one area rather than being decent at all three. Dairy farmers wanted cows that could produce massive quantities of milk, leading to the popularity of breeds like the Holstein. Beef ranchers preferred animals bred specifically for meat quality and muscle, such as the Hereford or Angus. Draft cattle, once a necessity, fell out of demand with the rise of mechanization. As tractors replaced oxen, the role of cattle as work animals dwindled. Unfortunately for the American Milking Devon, this shift in farming meant that their triple-purpose strength, once their greatest advantage, now left them overshadowed by more specialized breeds. By the mid-20th century, the American Milking Devon was facing a serious decline. Many farmers abandoned the breed for more commercially profitable options, and numbers fell drastically. Today, the American Livestock Breeds Conservancy and other organizations list the Milking Devon as critically rare. Estimates suggest that only a few hundred purebred Milking Devons remain, most of them kept by small-scale farmers, heritage breeders, and conservationists who understand the importance of preserving this living piece of history. For those who raise them, keeping Milking Devons is not just about profit, it is about stewardship, about ensuring that a breed so closely tied to America's agricultural beginnings is not lost forever. Yet despite their endangered status, the American Milking Devon still has much to offer modern farmers, especially those who value sustainability. One of the breed's greatest strengths is its hardiness. These cattle are not pampered animals that require intensive feeding or shelter. They are known for their ability to forage efficiently, thriving on grass and rough pasture where other breeds might struggle. Their resilience makes them particularly well suited for grass-fed beef operations, where customers are looking for natural, pasture-raised products. The meat of the milking Devon is rich in flavor, often described as more robust than that of modern commercial breeds, which makes it highly prized in niche gourmet markets. The dairy qualities of the American milking Devon should not be overlooked either. While they cannot compete with Holsteins in terms of sheer volume, milking Devon cows produce milk that is high in butterfat and protein. This makes it especially well suited for artisanal cheese and butter production. For small-scale farmers focused on quality over quantity, a few milking Devon cows can provide an excellent foundation for a value-added dairy business. The milk's rich texture and flavor appeal to those who seek out traditional, farm-fresh products. In fact, many cheese makers and artisan creameries prize heritage breeds like the milking Devon because of the unique qualities their milk brings to dairy products. Equally fascinating is the breed's continued role as draft animals in certain communities. While tractors dominate modern farming, there is still a niche for working oxen, especially in areas where tradition, low-impact farming, or eco-friendly methods are prioritized. Some homesteaders, living history museums, and sustainable farms train milking Devon steers as oxen, keeping alive the centuries-old practice of animal-powered agriculture. These animals, with their strength and intelligence, not only serve practical purposes but also educate the public about farming as it was in America's early days. Watching a team of milking Devon oxen pulling a plow or wagon is a striking reminder of the intimate relationship between humans and livestock throughout history. Another important factor keeping this breed alive is its role in biodiversity. In modern agriculture, where a few dominant breeds provide most of the world's milk and beef, genetic diversity is under threat. Relying too heavily on a small number of cattle breeds leaves global food systems vulnerable to disease outbreaks and climate changes. Heritage breeds like the American milking Devon act as reservoirs of unique genetics, offering traits such as disease resistance, hardiness, and adaptability that may prove vital in the future. Conservationists argue that keeping breeds like the milking Devon alive is not just about nostalgia. It is about preparing for an uncertain agricultural future where resilience could mean survival. For farmers interested in raising milking Devons today, there are both challenges and rewards. Because the breed is rare, acquiring purebred stock can be difficult and expensive. Breeders are few, and maintaining genetic diversity within the population is a constant concern. However, those who do commit to raising them often find the experience deeply fulfilling. The cattle are known for their gentle and intelligent temperament, making them easier to handle than some other heritage breeds. Their smaller size compared to modern beef cattle also makes them more manageable for small farms. With proper care and management, a milking Devon herd can provide milk, beef, and even draft animals, just as they did for settlers centuries ago. The story of the American milking Devon is not just about farming, it is about culture, tradition, and resilience. These cattle symbolize a way of life where efficiency was measured not by maximum production but by self-sufficiency and sustainability. They remind us of a time when farmers needed livestock that could provide for multiple needs, when animals were true partners in survival. The American milking Devon cattle may be rare today, but their story is far from over. From their role as the backbone of early American farms to their present-day importance as a heritage breed, these cattle represent resilience, versatility, and a way of farming that valued balance and self-sufficiency. Their ability to provide milk, meat, and draft power made them invaluable to settlers centuries ago, and those same traits make them a powerful symbol of sustainable agriculture today. Preserving the milking Devon is about more than saving a breed, it's about keeping alive a piece of history, protecting genetic diversity, and ensuring future farmers have access to livestock that can thrive in changing conditions. By supporting heritage farmers and spreading awareness, we can make sure the American milking Devon continues to survive and inspire. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more stories about rare and remarkable livestock, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps keep heritage breeds like the Milking Devon alive for generations to come.